I really want you to think about this. Everybody's on their way to wherever, doing their thing, right? But right here, hidden in plain view, is the good news of everything being brought back to God in series after Christ. All this traffic, the word traffic means rub. In the rubber, where the rubber meets the road, right? The tar, the old flesh is being rubbed out. The flesh mind is being rubbed and tore and cut out. And the spirit mind is being cut in. So I'm putting it on a turn signal. Turn. Turn means verse. You read a verse in the Bible. There's the verse. You read a musical verse. You sing a verse. Turn means verse. Turn signal. Verse, signal. S-I-G-N, sign. The sign means the sign of the cross. Sign of the cross, turn, verse. Just like when you're reading the Bible, you're reading about the cross, the verses. I'm looking at this tree, that represents faith. I'm looking at this communication wire, that means communion. I'm looking at this stop sign, that means the blood has to be typified because I'm stopping. When I'm moving, I don't need the stop sign. Because the movement or the flow represents the blood. The blood is typified everywhere. The communion is typified everywhere. The cross is typified everywhere. The crossroad, the crosswalk. Here's a crossroad. Here's a walk. The crosswalk is typified everywhere. Faith in these poles, these trees. Tree, true, faithful faith. The post, upright. Upright, righteousness of Christ. Everything in front of you is preaching Jesus. You'd think you're just going home. You think you're just going back to the crib, but it all preaches Jesus. All this. The grass represents Cain, the flesh, the old reptilian nature. The curb your sin. Keeps me from crashing and burning. If I hit that curb, it bounces me back. So you're being curved. Your travels down here are being curved. I'm traveling, but actually travel means travail. I'm travailing. Travail means to travail in birth pains till Christ be formed in you. Travel is travail. For real, this is not even a joke, I'm telling you. And look at the fence right there. It's in series, it's a pattern. Everything's a pattern. Everything's in series. Everything's a copy. Everything's a reproduction. Be fruitful and multiply. Reproduce. Everything's a reproduction. Who is this dude? I'm just like you. The only difference is I wanted to know the truth, and I wasn't going to quit till I got it. By the grace of God, I wanted to know what I was in, because it wasn't adding up. There was too much craziness. And the Draco Mod drama system is wanting to make you so caught up in the drama, the sine wave, that you sink your ship. And when you step back from the sine wave and you get in from this position to an upright position, you stand and you don't mess with the drama anymore. You stand upright and you're done. And you can step back from the sine wave drama. They call them drama queens or whatever. It doesn't matter. It could be the politics. It could be anything. The stock market. You step back and you see past the drama. And then you start to see clearly. You cut off their noise. You cut off their TV. You cut off their everything you can. And you just start to think about what's really going on. And you ask questions. Why are all the stoplights red? Why do all the babies in the whole world say ma? Ma, ma. Water, blood. Who controls the languages? Why are all the nations tied together with the internet? Why do all the nations have a flag? What is money? Who controls the money? Who controls the alphabet? Who controls the money? Why did Israel have a coin? What was the purpose of money? Redemption, types and shadows. Redemption. It's a redemptive type and shadow. You go redeem a coupon and get you a product, right? Anyway. Let me talk about this for people who haven't seen it. Now look at that. Let's look at the one that has water in it. Look at this. That looks like a ship, don't it? It's unstable like this. But when it's upright, it's stable. And there's the captain of the ship. There's the head. Here's the body. Looks like a body. It's got the similar shape as a body, right? And there's the cap, the head of the ship. Now the type and shadow is the man and the woman. Type and shadow is the Christ and the church. Do you understand? A boss and employees. A captain of a ship. That's why it's called a cap, because it's the cap. That's why the captain wears a cap on their head. Captain of a ship. Notice I have to turn to close it. And notice I had to, when I turned it to open it, I had to cut. So I had to cut and turn at the same time. But when I'm closing it, there's a union there. But I'm cut, turn to open it, and then to drink it, it's in union. And then I have the energy or the I can wet my mouth. I can flow the discourse out of my mouth. It can flow. Look at this. Please recycle. Cycle. You're in a cycle. Every day's the same, but you're in a cycle. What's the purpose of a cycle? The woman has a 28-day cycle to birth a baby. The moon goes around the earth every 28 days. Moon mints blood, the blood covering. There has to be blood flow to birth a baby. Without the moon in cover, without the type and shadow of the blood, this place would be destroyed. That's why they want to destroy the moon. They want to destroy the earth, I promise you. These people, these high-level magician priest class goats, they want to destroy the earth. They know it's a simulation. The Gnostics, the high-level Gnostics, they know it's a simulation. But they don't run to, the sad part is all they had to do is run to Jesus. They think they're smarter than the one that created the simulation. That's what blows your mind. They think they can outsmart the one who created the simulation, which is God. And they really believe that. They think they're smarter than God, who created the simulation. They really think they can leave this simulation, go to another planet, and destroy this place, or get a robot, an AI robot machine. They think they can upload their consciousness to a computer. I mean, they are so far out. It's just, they don't want to face the judgment, is what it comes down to. They're so far out there that there's no words really to explain how far out they are. I mean, this is really just ridiculous. They're so smart to decode, the gematria people and the Gnostics. They can decode it all the way down almost to the source. But they miss one thing. That Jesus alone is source. I mean, these people are smart, but they're crazy. And they call us crazy. And it's not that they're crazy. They're just crazy for rejecting Jesus. I mean, they can function and work and go, but why do they need substance? Why do they need pills? Why do they need something? Why are they addicted to anything? The reason they're addicted because they don't have their identity. AD DI. DI is a divided mind. So when you have ADID, you get your identity in Christ. All addictions go away. You have no addictions anymore. Anyway, I'm not mad. I'm not God. I'm not judging anybody. I don't really care. I just wish they'd wake up to it, you know. But I got what I wanted. I wanted the truth. And the truth is hidden in plain view. The truth is encoded in this bottle. The truth is encoded right here's the winged disc of Babylon right here. But you see black, white, and red, the blood of his cross. Here's the goat. See, if you look at this here and this here, it's the goat, the Babylonian goat. But if you also look at this, it means crossing. Forward means cross, to cross over, the crossing. And there's the horns back to the temple. It's encoded everywhere. Even this, dots right here. The dot matrix. You're in a dot matrix. Dot goes back to blood. Why is this black, white, and red right here? And why is it red versus blue? Notice the red versus blue. The Turing machine. The Turing machine. It's just, it's almost like this. From the 5D, from the 5D, 3D looks like 2D. So this is what it really is. It's a turning. It's just like the potter's wheel. So you start out here, way out here. And as the cycles turn, as the day turns, the outside never changes, but what changes? The inner man. So as you move closer to center, to be balanced, and in center, you move in towards the center. And so once you hit center, all the turning doesn't affect you anymore because you're centered. And what's at the center? Christ in you, the hope of glory. The mind of Christ. So you can be in the center of the merry-go-round, the tilt-a-whirl. Tilt it like this at an angle. The tilt, you can have life could be going like this, crazy, but because you're in Christ, it don't matter how crazy it gets, because you're at the center point. If you're out here still and you don't have the mind of Christ, and you're just out here just spinning like crazy, and everything's hitting you like crazy, and you're losing your mind, you know. But if you're at the center, you're not really being spun, because you're at the center. Nothing out here affects you. You can just sit back and watch it. You see it's a simulation. So these people are crazy. Okay, yeah, so let's say there is a war or something. You still can be at the center. You can still function at the center. No matter how bad it is out here, you can still function at the center. CENTER. Sin, T, air. Center. Sin, CEN is SIN, T is the cross, ER is air, joint airs. So you move from the left side through the cross to the right. The reason the left is always crazy because they have not went through the cross by faith. That's why they're always doing something crazy.